President Bola Tinubu directs rollout of free healthcare access initiative for low-income retirees. Julius Aburi-led Labour Party members protest at INEC national headquarters over omission of candidates' names for upcoming elections. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to carry out investigation into real estate sector as part of effort to curb corruption. On the foreign scene, Ghana's defense and environment ministers killed in helicopter crash. Good evening, this is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Timitope Ajijola Oluwaola. President Bola Tinubu has directed the expedited rollout of the Free Healthcare Access initiative for low-income retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme, describing it as a critical component of social protection and dignity in retirement. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President, Bayo Ononuga, said the President gave the directives after receiving a briefing from the Director General of the National Pension Commission, Omolola Oluwararo. President Tinubu also called for the prompt implementation of long overdue pension increases and a minimum pension guarantee, which would provide a safety net for the most vulnerable pensioners under the CPS. He said the President Tinubu further mandated the PENCOM DG to urgently resolve the long-standing police pension issue, emphasizing the members of the police force who serve and protect the nation deserve to retire with dignity and peace of mind. The Kaduna State Primary Healthcare Board has announced plans to inaugurate a monkeypox vaccination campaign in selected local government areas affected by the outbreak. Health educator at the board, Isaiah Shaw, said this during a stakeholders engagement meeting on the introduction of the monkeypox vaccine in Kaduna. He stated that the board was working proactively to prevent the spread of the disease and ensure the health and safety of Kaduna residents. He noted that several local government areas in the state had recorded a significant number of monkeypox cases. Members of the Julius Aburi-led group of the Labour Party on Wednesday protested at the national headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Abuja against the omission of its candidates' names for the upcoming elections. The protesters demonstrated against INEC's decision not to publish the names of Labour Party candidates submitted by the Aburi group for the Federal Capital Territory Area Council elections and some upcoming National Assembly by-elections. Chanting slogans and waving placards with different descriptions, the protesters marched around the INEC premises under the watch of security operatives. And while another faction of the Labour Party, in a statement on Tuesday, distanced itself from the protest, warning that the action was neither authorized nor recognized by the legitimate organs of the party. In a statement signed by Ken Eluma-Sowa, Senior Special Advisor on Media to the Interim National Chairman, Ninadi Usman, the party describes the protesters as imposters and political impersonators. It further urged INEC to act in line with the Supreme Court judgment of 4th April 2025, which affirms that Aburi's tenure as party chairman expired on 8th June 2023. The Court of Appeal in Lagos has restored the interim forfeiture order obtained by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to seize 14 properties allegedly linked to former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, Justice Yaragata Nimpa, who writes the unanimous judgment, which was delivered virtually on Wednesday, set aside a federal high court ruling that struck out the order and held that the lower court erred in law by relying on Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution. Section 308 of the Constitution grants immunity to sitting governors from civil and criminal proceedings. Justice Nimpa, however, held that immunity does not extend to properties suspected to be proceeds of a lawful activity, and such assets can be investigated and preserved pending the outcome of a forfeiture application. The other justices of the panel who concurred with decisions are Justice Danlami Senji and Justice Paul Bassi. They directed the EFCC to proceed to a final forfeiture hearing. In the meantime, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has announced plans to carry out a thorough investigation into the real estate sector of Nigeria's economy as part of concerted effort to curb corruption in the country. The anti-graft agency said the probe will begin in the Federal Capital Territory with a view to determining real owners and possibly identify whether the estates are products of illicit transactions. Speaking in Abuja, Chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, said the agency would collaborate with other sectors and stakeholders in the real estate sector on the investigative issue so as to make the pending probe worthwhile. Olukoyede said some of the estates, especially in Abuja, have been abandoned because they were being funded by some civil servants through stolen public funds and having either lost their jobs or the source of illicit funds blocked. He noted that preliminary investigation had already revealed that some business ventures, including real estate, were established to scam innocent and unsuspecting Nigerians, and vowed that such businesses would be brought down at the end of investigation. Olukoyede, however, assured that the anti-corruption agency will throw its full weight behind genuine businesses, adding that efforts are already on with bankers in the country to reduce lending rates for companies to survive in the country. In Osun State, security agencies have assured residents and tourists attending the annual Osun Osogbo Festival of adequate security. The security agencies, in interviews with Western Spring Television and Osogbo, said arrangements were in place for adequate security for the event. Joseph Atawe completes the report.
The Osun Osogbo Festival, a globally renowned cultural event, has unfortunately been marred by violence in the past. In some years, clashes between rival cult groups have resulted in fatalities and injuries. You would recall that in 2023, a clash between rival cult groups during the festival's grand finale allegedly led to 3 deaths and injuries to 12 others. In response to this tragic incident that has marred the beautiful event for years, Osun State security agencies convened strategic meetings and implemented preventive measures to ensure that such occurrences were not repeated again. As preparations intensify for this year's Osun Osogbo Festival Grand Finale, and the state once again set to welcome thousands of worshippers, tourists, and dignitaries across Nigeria and beyond, maintaining a secure and peaceful environment throughout the festives remains a top priority for all stakeholders involved. Speaking on their readiness was the Osun State Commander, Nigerian Forest Security Service, Ahmed Nureni, who confirmed that in collaboration with both state and federal security agencies, a comprehensive security framework has been reviewed and is now in place.
I don't know how these days just come at the same date. That is where we security, we have to be prepared, and we have do that. We have been prepared because we have collaborated with Nigeria Police, Civil Defense, DSS, in fact, all security agency, we are ready because we know this is not the time of joke. This festival is not a joke for the security agency.
On his part, the commander, Amotekun Corps Osun State, Dr. Isaac Omoyele, assured that Amotekun is actively collaborating with worshippers, local leaders, and other stakeholders involved. Dr. Omoyele emphasized that Amotekun personnel will be stationed in strategic areas to maintain peace and ensure a itch-free celebration while also utilizing their grassroots intelligence networks and rapid mobility.
I've made sure, you can see the record last year, it was a crime-free festival. And we have a serene atmosphere throughout last year for the event. So the magic is not far-fetched. So we are on it again. We have started. So we've had a series of meetings with all these traditional worshippers, the OPC group. We are a good manager, and we manage our resources. Although the state government have been trying their best to make sure everything that we want, they do it for us.
As part of a broader effort to ensure a crime-free festive season, Comrade Atonda Olusheye, the State Secretary of the Odua People's Congress (OPC), also confirmed that the OPC has mobilized its members to critical locations across Osogbo. He noted that the objective is to deter criminal elements from exploiting the large gatherings, particularly in markets, roads leading to the Sacred Grove and event centers.
See, we are for peace. We are for peace. We protect the lives and properties of the people. We promote culture and tradition. So there is no point in time where OPC engage in such activity. The scene actually happened between a rivalry court group. They took the advantage of the population, they mingle with people, and thereby probably they've had one or two tangling issue between themselves. So they took the advantage of the population to begin to engage each other. So even along the line, it was the OPC that set out their machineries, their combatants, to arrest the situation and to bring it to a minimal level.
The Nigerian Civil Defense were not left out, as the Public Relations Officer, Mrs. Kehinde Adeleke, assured the public that the Civil Defense, in collaboration with other security agencies, is prepared to respond swiftly to any threats, ensuring the safety of residents, visitors, and participants throughout the duration of the celebrations.
And the work of security shouldn't be left in the hands of security agencies alone. And that is why I also want to call on the residents of Osun State and other participants that will be at this festival. That's when you see something, please say something. When you see suspicious movement, you see suspicious faces around you, it is your responsibility to also inform security agencies. We are to work together to ensure that our environment is peaceful. I also have a message for the parents at home. You know, a lot of youth will be at this festival. I want to send a message to parents to please caution your words and your children not to foment any form of trouble during this festival, because whoever is caught fomenting any form of trouble, we have him or ourselves to blame, because we would deal decisively with anyone found culpable.
The Osun-Osogbo Festival remains one of the most prominent traditional festivals in Nigeria, celebrated annually in Sacred Grove in Osogbo. With the reinforced security architecture now in place, Osun State is well positioned to host a successful, safe, and incident-free celebration that honors the rich cultural heritage of the Yoruba people and promotes peaceful coexistence, according to the security agencies we spoke to in the states. Joseph Atewe, Western Spring Television News.
9 persons, including a police officer, have been killed in a renewed attack by suspected herders in the Agatu local government area of Benue State. The attackers invaded Okutanobe, Opolopolo, Olegabani, and Ikpele, all 4 communities along the border with Kogi State, and were seen last weekend in the area attacking the communities up to Tuesday. The chairman of Agatu local government area, Melvin Eje, confirms the 3-day attacks. The chairman, who lauded security operatives and the council for their response to contain the attacks, however, noted that the terrain, which is unmatterable, poses a serious challenge to the security operators and the discharge of their duties. A newly recruited soldier, Dauda Dedan, has allegedly stabbed a police constable, Aaron John, of the Taraba State Command to death in Jalingo, the state capital. Confirming the incident to journalists in Jalingo on Wednesday, the police public relations officer of the command, James Lashen, said the unfortunate incident occurred at 9 p.m. on Monday in Mayagoi, a suburb of Jalingo town. Lashen said that the late John, who was alerted by some residents of the area over a misunderstanding between them and the soldier, was caught in the middle of the chaos, which led to the soldier stabbing him. The PPRO, who stated that the soldier was currently at large, said the army had already commenced investigation into the matter and had assured the police of tracking down the suspect to face the full wrath of the law. You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come, Akwa Ibom police investigate suspected murder of 45-year-old man inside church. We will bring you more on this when we return. Please stay with us.